We got a lot of news for today's video. Listen to this right here. Again, it's beginning. It's happening right before our faces. Right? Listen to this. Watch your guru, sweetheart. Just in, US SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce says stablecoins are likely to be regulated in light of Terra's UST crash. Look at this. Stablecoins regulated. What does this mean? Regulations are incoming. Right? Where Tether gets exposed. When that happens, say goodbye to 99.9% of the cryptosphere at that point, guys. Right? Probably even XRP will dump. Why? Because it has Tether pairs. But all these other coins are, guess what? Most of these other coins are propped up by Tether, basically. Again, it's all a massive illusion. It's a crazy thing, to say the least. Bitfinex is sweet out. Hurry up and deposit your money to Bitfinex to lock in 30+% interest rates on your deposits. Absolutely nothing is going wrong here. Why redeem your tethers when you could get sweet returns by leaving your money on Bitfinex? I guess that's how Bitfinex stops the bank run, as we see right here. The APR is actually 35%. Well, you look at that. That's pretty crazy, to say the least, right, guys? Round 2 is about to start, right? Round 2 is beginning here very shortly. Something somewhat the same thing that happened with UST, it should probably take place with Tether as well. Tether, look guys, we are redeeming billions of tethers without any issues whatsoever. Everything's fine. Also Tether, now offering 30+% interest rates if you keep your money with us, right? It's absolutely just insane what's happening. If you go to the Tether price right here, is it pegged back to $1? I mean, it was over here, but then it went really unstable right here, guys. But now it's going back up, right? Very close to that $1 mark, basically. But again, I'll just be wary of this right here, guys. Now, in the yesterday video, we did talk about how this logo looks like an explosion happening, right? An implosion on itself. So it's very funny, to say the least. Now, Kim.com is tweeted out, this may be the most important thread that I ever make. Big picture stuff. I'll try to help you understand why the future is not what we are hoping for. Look at this, a major global collapse is coming. It may be worse than we can imagine. Our leaders know, but what are they planning? What have you been talking about all this time? This global collapse is going to be called the reset, right? As the Riddlers did help us from before. US spending and debt have spiraled out of control, and the government can only raise the money it needs by printing it. That causes inflation, as we see right there. The problem is that it has been going on for so long, there's no way to fix it now. The reality is that US has been bankrupt for some time, and what's coming is a nightmare. Mass poverty and a new system of control, right? So, what did we talk about? The Great Depression, probably, right? There needs to be a problem reaction solution. That's when everything takes place. Total US debt is at 90 trillion. Remember, the only way the government can operate now is by printing more money, which means hyperinflation is inevitable, right? Again, the only thing they could keep on doing is either throw out these events to fund those operations or print. The total value of all companies listed on the US stock market is $53 trillion. The real value is much lower because the US has been printing trillions to provide interest-free loans to investment banks to pump up the stock market. It's a scam. Most of the 53 trillion is air. Again, even the stock market is being prompted up, guys, right? So all these market, at the end of the day, the money is not there, as David Schwartz basically stated. Interesting. So even if the US could sell all its assets at its current value, which is impossible, it would still be broke. The US is beyond bankrupt. This patient is already dead. This patient is now a zombie. You probably wonder, why are these things still going on? It's all perception and denial, guys, right? You may have heard of the Great Reset or the world government. Is it a controlled demolition of the global markets, economies, and the world as we know it? Right? It is, guys. It's a collapse of everything, basically. All the markets, right? Pretty crazy stuff to say the least. Now, what's the end game? What are they planning? They're planning their way out of this mess, and it will be through CBDCs. At a certain point during the Great Monetary Reset 2020-2030, you will receive programmable welcome money in your CBDC wallet on the smartphone. Again, we have been talking about this since 2020, guys, and look what's happening, right? Is this what they mean when they say nothing can stop what's coming? We are going to take advantage of this opportunity, to say the least, right? Because we see here from Crypto Airy how XRP on-demand liquidity works. Almost the working capital can go down to zero. So basically, XRP will reign supreme in that new age.
Traditionally, whenever money used to move around the world, what the banks or PSPs would need to do is they need to have working capital. So this working capital would be tied in terms of nostro accounts, something like a sending institution is, say for example here in the UAE, when it is sending money to somebody in the US, they keep large amounts of money, hundreds of millions of dollars in a bank account in US so that they can move those payments, right? And this is working capital for the banks. Our estimate is there's about $5 to $10 trillion that is stuck in this working capital. And this is the majority of the cost of wire transfer. People always ask us, hey, why is wire transfer so expensive? Why does it cost so much money to move from country A to country B? What they don't realize is that large part of that is the liquidity cost or the working capital cost. And we have eliminated that. So the way we have eliminated that is, let's assume there is a GBP to XRP open order book in exchange licensed by FCA in the UK, right? And there is an active market because crypto markets are 24/7, 365 days a year. There is an open book which is running GBP into XRP. And then there is an open order book that's running between XRP to Philippine peso in the Philippines. So in this case, you don't have to have any liquidity in the Philippines. What you're able to do is take that 1000 GBP, convert that into XRP. XRP within 2 seconds travels to Philippines, and at a government approved exchange, a central bank approved exchange, it gets converted from XRP into Philippines peso, and the payout happens to the instant payment system. So within very short few minutes, everything gets paid out, and now you don't need those hundreds of millions of dollars for the institution or this $5 to $10 trillion to be there. So almost the working capital can go down to zero, eliminating very large amount of cost that earlier would used to be there in the wire transfer system. So we are tackling the elephant in the room, which is the liquidity cost.
It's all about liquidity, collapse of the current system, bring on the new system, basically. Next week comes from bullish momentum. When XRP haters say that Ripple coin is a centralized S coin, as we see right here, decentralization of XRPL. Ripple validators is blue, and then orange is non-Ripple validators. So basically, what do we see? All the proof is in the pudding that XRPL is the newest technology for this new system that's upcoming anyways. Non-Ripple validators, you guys can see decentralization, and then only Ripple owns 4% of the pie. Quickly talk about the charts from BC Backer. We watched the DXY and Euro USD, as the Euro is within the basket of currencies that the US dollar is measured against in the DXY. Is it weird that we finally hit that level the exact day, May 12th, and crypto high volume dumped? This is that mind-boggling kind of stuff, as we see right here. ABC, ABC. I mean, it's very similar. It's very similar. Connections, right? Correlations. If you go down here, same day, you get this for Bitcoin. Retesting support probably, right? As well as this is for XRP. Touch point 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm pretty sure, in my humble opinion, we could go lower, guys. Under 30 cents. But there's a possibility that this could be the bottom. But from everything I've seen, I think there's going to be one more push downwards, right? And people will be extreme panic mode. Extreme fear mode. And that's when you want to buy as much as you can. Not financial advice. I'll be buying as much as I can, guys, if that does take place. And then this is for the crypto market. Bitcoin back in the day and then now. We can see it's awfully very similar, right? So hey, we'll wait and see to what actually takes place at the end of the day. But anyways, that's all for you guys. Enjoy today's video. If you guys have please leave a like, so I have super to be one. Amazing day, and you guys see ya.